Hi everyone, I'm Sherry Summers, and I help people all over the world sound better in American English. I invite you to pay close attention to this video for the next 10 minutes or so, because I'm going to show you how you can sound better in English, gain more confidence, advance in your career, make more money, get more friends, and have a better understanding of people around you. I'll show you how you can become more confident about speaking and understanding English in the way that Americans speak it. Having these skills and confidence can open many doors for you, both professionally and personally. Never again will you have to repeat yourself. Never again will people ask you to speak slowly. I don't want you to have to go through what Tom recently went through. You see, not very long ago, Tom sat in front of a panel of native English speakers, interviewing for the job of his dreams. He'd been preparing for this kind of job all of his life. He'd been one of the top students in his school and learned everything he could about the subject. He'd even studied English for years and was very well versed in reading, writing, grammar, and vocabulary. The interviewers started asking him a series of questions, to which he gave very precise and well-thought-out answers. But his heart began to sink each time they'd ask him to repeat himself. When he noticed several of the interviewers giving subtle looks to one another, he felt his stomach tighten. Even though he'd been well prepared for the interview, he still had one major obstacle that he hadn't fully considered: his foreign accent. With every new question that was asked and every slight shake of an interviewer's head, Tom felt like he was losing any self-confidence he'd ever had. If he could have melted right there, he would have. His answers became shorter and shorter, and he felt like they kept getting stuck in his throat. He was so embarrassed, he considered just getting up and walking out of the room. But he knew he'd be giving up any chance of ever landing this job. After all the preparation that had gone into trying to reach his goals, in the end, it turned out he was being judged by his English skills and not his professional skills. On that day, Tom lost his dream job, not because he wasn't qualified, but simply because he wasn't understood. Let me ask you, do you sometimes remain quiet because you're afraid to speak English and not be understood, or worse, laughed at? Have you ever been too shy to speak up in a meeting because you were worried about your English? Or been asked to give a presentation and wondered if you'd be able to get your message across well? Have you ever been on the telephone with a client and been asked to repeat yourself several times? Has your boss ever told you that he or she would like to give you a promotion, but was worried that your communication skills were lacking? Or, like Tom, maybe you've applied for a job you knew you were qualified for, but been politely turned down, and you're pretty sure it's because of your accent? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I want to assure you that it's not your fault. If you didn't learn English as a young child, but use it now as an adult, your English may have some gaps or holes in it that you may not be aware of. This may affect how people understand you. Sometimes it can make you a laughingstock behind your back, or worse, alienate you from your peers. Fortunately, there is a way for you to speak American English more clearly and confidently, and for you to better understand native English speakers. I want to show you some secrets of speaking English that very few people ever talk about. I've put these secrets together in a program called the American Accent Audio Course. This downloadable audio program will increase your ability to speak American English more clearly and boost your confidence during professional and personal interactions. Having more confidence can open up more doors of opportunity, which in turn can lead you to a new level of success in your life. The American Accent Audio Course is not like all those other pronunciation courses out there. You know, like the ones that teach you how to pronounce individual sounds, such as the th or Let me tell you, even if you have perfect pronunciation, your English may still not be easily understood because you're missing out on the natural flow of the language. The American Accent audio course is very unique. It teaches you about accent, or the music of the language, the intonation, the rhythm and timing, and the flow. It shows you how to come across as sounding smooth, and how to use your voice to get different emotions from your listeners. In fact, I'm going to show you a step-by-step series of little things that are going to make a huge difference in the way that you speak English. Inside the American Accent audio course, you're going to learn everything you need to know to get an American accent. In Unit 1, I'll be giving you an overview of accent and showing you the big picture of what's coming up. In Unit 2, we'll start breaking English down into small pieces so we can build it up again. I want to talk to you about the smallest sound in English that's going to make the biggest difference in your accent. I'm also going to show you at least 7 different ways the T is pronounced in North America. Knowing this will automatically upgrade how you sound. In Unit 3, you're going to discover the intonation patterns of American words. This is the kind of thing that almost nobody is consciously aware of, especially native speakers. Yet, when you don't do it right, you sound foreign. You can deliberately learn these patterns and then start feeling them, just like native speakers do. Next, I'll show you some unusual intonation patterns, as well as how some words are missing certain sounds. You've probably heard people say chocolate instead of chocolate, but do you know why? I'll teach you in this lesson. If you're not sure about the difference between a high chair and a high chair, and by the way, they're totally different, you'll want to listen to Unit 5. Where you place the stress is super important, and if you don't do it right, you can actually mean the wrong thing. In Unit 6, I'll show you all of the ways we can link words together. Many non-native speakers don't connect words when they speak because they learned how to read before they actually started speaking. This causes you to see words in your head more than hear them, and it often means that your speech will come out choppy instead of smooth. In Unit 7, we'll start working on putting sentences together. I'm going to show you what words should be stressed, and even more importantly, what words should be understressed to start creating American rhythm. And then we're going to be a little more specific on how we get the beat of the American accent. I think this is really the fun part. In Unit 9, I'll be showing you how you can change intonation around to show different feelings in your speech. And in Unit 10, we'll be going over the intonation of questions. You may think you already know how to ask questions, but I'm almost sure there are a few things here that will surprise you. After that, we'll start getting into even more complex ways of speaking, and finally, in Unit 12, we'll wrap things up by getting even more deeply into emotions and moods, and then finish with a nice review of the course. I promise you that when you finish this program, you'll wonder why nobody has ever taught you these things before. Not many teachers even know about this part of English, because a lot of accent is very subconscious. But once it's brought to your attention, you'll start noticing it everywhere. And then you can put it to use in your daily life. Also, with the American Accent audio course, you won't have to go to a class or sit in front of a computer to get the skills you need. The American Accent audio course is like having your own trainer, available whenever and wherever you're ready to learn. And because these lessons come in an MP3 format, you can download them immediately and listen to them at home, on the way to work or school, at the gym, or wherever you like. And, unlike in a traditional class, you have the option of reviewing the lessons as many times as you'd like. The course also comes with a 104-page American Accent workbook and an awareness journal to help you keep track of your progress. The American Accent audio course has been used by thousands of adults in hundreds of professions around the world to help them improve the way they speak and understand American English. And now I want to offer this same opportunity to you and others who would like to learn how to speak and understand American English with more confidence. So you may be wondering how much a course like this would cost. Well, before I reveal the price, let me just say that this is the same kind of material you would learn in my $1,500 one-on-one private coaching classes. Fortunately, you won't have to pay anything near $1,500. The price of the American Accent audio course is just $37. That's right, just $37. Just click on the large Add to Cart button directly below this video, and you'll gain instant access to secrets of American English that very few people know about. Plus, you'll also get my 60-day guarantee. Because I want you to try this program at no risk to you, I'm going to let you take a 60-day test drive. Just try the American Accent audio course out for 60 days, and if within that time you feel that it isn't right for you, just let me know and I'll refund your payment. So all you have to do is click on the button below, and you'll be listening to life-changing training within minutes. No more having to repeat yourself. No more losing out on job opportunities. No more feeling left out of life. Start speaking English as it's really spoken with the American Accent audio course. Get your copy right now by clicking on the order button below, and I'll see you on the other side.